time has come.
It has come now.
Monday night. 6 p.m. PST. No Dogs in Space Live. It's the first Monday of the month. That means we're here. We're here with you for the next hour. Going to be talking about music. We're going to be playing music. We're going to be watching some videos.
We're going to be answering your questions on the chat. If you have questions, comments, nice things to say, or whatever. Twitch.tv/LPNTV is where you can interact with us live on the chat. If you're watching this over on YouTube, Holden just rated. Thank you so much. I refuse to hoe. What about you? I'm okay with hoeing. I've hoed.
Then hoe.
At college.
Okay.
And let's just say that for today's show, my streetwear inspo is Lemmy Kilmeister.
I can see that.
I'm doing great. Yeah, today's a good day.
Yeah, we're all doing wonderful.
I mean,
here.
it's not a great day, but we're doing the best we can today.
William Butler Yates says, Carolina, you were great on Hoopa Goo Goo in the grim darkness of the future.
Oh, thank you so much. I almost regret spending 3 days thinking I wasn't funny. Almost.
Yeah. You never quite regret that.
It is the life of a performer, as you know.
Truly so.
Ruined the Bake Off show from last night, remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Yes.
I don't know who won the second episode. Not yet, because the first episode, no one did.
But I came in second in Hoopa Goo Goo.
Hey, that's wonderful.
Yes.
Damn near came in first. It was just a hair.
That's fine. I didn't know what to do with that ham. It really was Amber's job to win because I was supposed to, just so you guys know, check out Hoopa Goo Goo for sure. Definitely on this channel.
Please do.
It's a fantastic show. I was a contestant, and the contestant wins a ham that they get to dance and lick their lips at or something like that. And that is that is prime Amber at her bestest.
Really
and
is.
so I really am happy for her. I can't wait for us to go on tour in the cruise, of course.
HGX2 here on LPN TV. Eric does a fantastic job producing that show. Fantastic job, Eric. Love it so much.
Yeah.
But hey, we're not here to talk about HG2. We're here to talk about music. And tonight, we're going to be starting off this show with one man. One incredible man.
Is he?
Incredible.
I mean, incredible in the actual literal sense.
Yes, I am incredulous that this man exists.
Existed.
Yes, existed, yes. Incredulity has reached new heights when you listen to a man named Hasil Adkins. Hit it!
Well, I was going to tell you what happened. I went out last night.
I hope you guys can hear it in the
and
chat,
I got
too.
hitched up. When I woke up this morning, should have seen what I had in the bed with me. He jumped up out of the bed, pulled his hand down his eye, looked at me like a guy in Canada that commodity meat.
Commodity meat is what he said.
This is the Shakespeare of West Virginia. Yes. All right, this is where the knee slapping comes in. Do you have spoons? You need them.
Hasil Adkins, the wild man himself, the wild man of West Virginia, has an incredible story. We're going to tell a little bit of it tonight, and we're going to watch a little bit of the documentary made about Hasil Adkins in, I think, the mid-90s, something like that.
Like 1990.
In 1990. It screams early to mid-90s. It's all made on videotape, and we're going to be watching some performances. We're going to be hearing some stories. Noodles _ said, I used to smoke drugs to this song all the time.
Perfect. With this song, which drugs?
Yeah,
great.
which drugs? Crack, meth? Because this could be meth.
Really?
Yeah, speed at the very least.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but like light speed, like not like meth, but like not harsh stuff, just speed.
Okay. Alrighty.
Penny Jester said, I got asked to please turn this off at a house party once.
That's okay. Okay.
You're our people.
Yes,
You're absolutely our
yes,
people.
Yeah, that's fantastic. To even get invited to one, actually, is an honor. That's great. Can we turn down the music? Because I really want to get into this Hasil Adkins because we talked about him in the Cramp series.
Yeah.
On our first season of punk. And by the way, we're going back to punk.
We're going back.
We're going right back to punk and hardcore. Are you okay?
Yes, we're going back to punk and hardcore.
Yes, we are. I mean, we're working really hard on that right now. But so when we did the Cramp series, of course, we had to talk about Hasil Adkins because Lux Interior did a cover, and it's one of their favorite outlaw
type of not outlaw, outsider music.
Oh, he's outlaw and outsider.
Yes, and Miriam Lena, who, remember, the greatest drummer that's ever existed in the world, was one of the first drummers, or one of the.
She was the first drummer for the Cramps.
For the Cramps, when she didn't even know how to hold the sticks, which is very impressive for the best drummer in the world.
It really is.
And Tommy Ramone taught her a little bit how to hold the sticks and everything, and she played and she did a great job. Later on in life, she and her husband started Norton Records because when they ran into Hasil Adkins, I imagine in West Virginia, where he was born, raised, and eventually died in.
Outside about 2 weeks in Los Angeles.
They needed, and he did tour quite a bit, actually.
Yeah.
He did tour quite a bit. They needed to release his stuff because it was so amazing. So I'm going to start in the beginning with Hasil Adkins. That is his real name. He has no middle name, just like me, which is great. It's great for us. I'm going to say.
You have a great time with it.
I love it. So yes, he was born in 1937, which would make him 87 years young today.
My God.
He did not live that long. He was unfortunately killed by, I think an ATV hit him on the road, which is a very West Virginian way to die in 2005.
He was run over by a teenager on his...
An accident. I think it was an accident.
Well, that's
actually.
the thing. Is Hasil maintains that teenager was driving on his land because the teenager was out there looking for somebody to hit. But Hasil's last wish was that the kid not go to prison for killing him because everybody deserves second chances.
Exactly. So I'm glad we started at the end. So let's go back to the beginning.
It just tells you a lot about who he is.
It really does. 1937, the youngest of 10 children to a family of coal miners. This is no Zoolander origin story here, okay? Because this guy, he grew up listening to music. He loved music on the radio, of course. Back in those days, like the radio was like your outlet. And he would listen to Hank Williams all the time. And so he would hear a Hank Williams song, like the whole thing, through and through. And then they would say, that was Hank Williams. And so he thought in his head, Hasil Adkins, he was like 8 years old or something. He thought, okay, Hank Williams got credit for everything, so he must be playing every instrument
at the same time
and singing and writing and editing and producing and broadcasting. Who knows? And so he believed, like, okay, I need to be a one-man band. I need to learn how to play everything. I need to learn how to play drums with my feet, guitar with my hands, a harmonica, like do everything. That's his he says his reasoning for being a one-man band. His other one was that he didn't have anyone to play with, which as a young sibling, I get it.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that I respect about Hasil Adkins the most, is that there's that innocence to him, and that is paired with like a drive, where like this like innocence, like, oh yeah, like, but like it's not like thinking it through and thinking like, oh, maybe there are other people playing different instruments. It's like, okay, let me think of like the most difficult way that this could be accomplished, and then I'm going to accomplish that difficult thing.
If you grow up from a coal mining family in West Virginia.
Yeah, nothing's easy.
I assume you do everything yourself.
Yeah.
You go to the bathroom, you need a shovel.
Oh, yeah.
I imagine.
Yeah.
In those times.
And I love one-man bands. My favorite one-man band song is from a guy, I think his name's like Al Fowling or something like that. It's called I Know I'm Gonna Die Tonight, But I Don't Care.
Oh.
And it's very Hasil Adkins-ish. And check it out. I highly recommend it.
Oh, very nice. Well, we got a lot of songs to go through. Can I list a few of them? Just a few of Hasil Adkins songs?
Please do.
No More Hot Dogs. Very important.
That's about beheading his girlfriend.
What?
That's a No More Hot Dogs.
I thought he just didn't like hot dogs.
No, he's No More Hot Dogs because I got her head on the wall.
Okay. She said, chicken walk, chicken flop, the hunch, lonely's my name, get out of my car. I had a dream about you, shake that thing, peanut butter rock and roll because children love peanut butter and he likes to make songs for everybody. Mm-hmm. Walk and talk with me and give me back my ring are just one out of, let's say, about 7,000 Hasil Adkins songs that he says he has written, or as I've seen in the documentary, may have appropriated some songs that sounded very familiar to other songs that have been recorded. But it doesn't matter.
Not at all.
Because he is a unique specimen. And we're going to play something in a second. But right before, should I get into his LA excursion real fast?
Please do. I just want to make sure that everyone knows that the hunch is, that's his euphemism for sex.
Well, it's a dance. Do the hunch.
Yeah.
Do the hunch.
As far as I know, the hunch is something like, Something like this.
I didn't teach him this. I did not teach him. Oh my God, it is like that actually. That's pretty good.
It's white person dancing.
Wow. Yes, I can see Beavis and Butthead's jawline. Yes, exactly. That works. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the hunch.
That immediately sex springs to mind. So yes.
It was meant to eroticize.
So, yes, Hasil Adkins meant to eroticize. He actually did do shows. Like, he did shows with Patsy Cline. He did that Town Hall, California show. He did a show with Calling Kids that we talked about. Remember, Whistle Bait? This is like the first, like, somebody said this, I think it was in Please Kill Me blog or something, where, like, Whistle Bait, the Calling Kids from, like, the 50s is, like, the first punk song.
Yeah. And it's like
ever recorded.
What were they, 11 and 12, the Collins kids?
Yes. The kid was, and his sister, I forgot her sister's name. Lori. She was like 5 years older, so she was a little bit older or something like that. So he played with them, and then so he finally went to some like talent scouts in Los Angeles because it just seemed like just like the Collin Kids. They did the same thing. They moved to California to see like their big break and what they can do. So Hasil Adkins went to California. He did a lot of auditioning, and he waited around for a month, and I think he kind of got tired of it.
Yeah.
And so he left, and then he found out that the next morning he got a call saying, "Hey, welcome to Hollywood. You're going to make it big here." And by then it was a little too late. He stayed in West Virginia for the rest of his life. He took care of his mother after his father passed away not long after that. And so he just kind of stayed there. But he never stopped making music.
Yeah, he never did. And let's take a look at some of the music that Hasil Adkins was making around 1990 when these filmmakers came and spent a little time down in West Virginia.
Ready?
I don't know if that's a wig, but it's great.
Look, yeah.
Looks more like a nice Sunday hat,
Yeah.
but without the brim.
I'm going away, can't you see? Look, yeah, mama.
I imagine that is one of the many cars out in the lot.
Yeah. It hadn't run in a long time.
Oh, she don't love me. She don't love me like she did.
It's got a little blues to it.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah, I think they call it psychobilly, what he does.
I
Right?
love you, mama.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, they call him the father of psychobilly.
He has not fathered any children that we know of.
Baby, I know you know I love you. Yeah, yes, I love you so. Hey, oh. Woo!
You don't need nothing else.
He's a performer. He performs. He performs well. That's what he does. You turn on a camera, boom. I
Yeah.
know exactly where to do this.
Oh, Caribou says, hey, 3 a.m. Holland, hello to y'all.
Hey.
Hello,
Holland or the Netherlands? Holland or the Netherlands?
They say Holland.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Hasil Adkins, as you might imagine, has had a run-in or two with the law.
Oh, my God.
Not been the most lawful citizen
No.
in any way whatsoever. In fact, I think part of the reason why he never went back to Los Angeles is because after he came back, him and some friends of his were in a car and they drove it over a cliff and fell about 20 to 30 feet down to the ground, and he hurt his back. Was never the same again.
His friend died, too.
His friend died,
His
too.
friend who was driving, yeah.
Yeah, but he's had a lot of run-ins with the law, and the best story that was told on that documentary is that Hasil Adkins is also one hell of a ladies' man. You would not think about it. You wouldn't think it just to watch that, but every single person they talk to, and we're going to show proof here in a second, but every single person they talk to in that documentary says, like, my God, there's always women around Hasil Adkins.
Musicians.
Some people get it. Some people got it, but
This is West Virginia's answer to Elvis Presley, everybody.
it is. And so Hasil Adkins had been sleeping with this woman who was married, and this woman's husband went and threw a brick through Hasil Adkins' window, his windshield of his car.
Of his car?
Yeah, of his
Okay.
car. And so, or his window of his house, doesn't matter.
Something that Hasil owned.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Glass was broken. And so Hasil and a few of his friends, as these things do, me being from a small town, these things don't usually have like immediate repercussions. There's a simmer on period. There's a period where things just kind of simmer and simmer and simmer. And after they simmered for a while and after they got real big drunk one night, Hasil and two of his friends drove over to the man's house, the man who threw a brick through his windshield. They drove over to his house with the sawed-off shotgun.
I do remember that one of his conspirators didn't get charged because he fell asleep in the car because he was too drunk.
Too drunk to get out of the car. So he
get out of jail. You get out of jail for that. You know that?
He skated all charges. Hasil and his friend, on the other hand, they get out of the car, they start yelling, and they start firing the sawed-off shotgun at the house. Only problem is, sawed-off shotgun doesn't really have much range, so even if you were standing on the front porch of that house, you would get maybe a sting from pellets hitting you. They were not able to do much damage. However, the man who lived at that house, he decided to come back with full force, brought out a .22 rifle and a 12-gauge shotgun, and started firing constantly out at Hasil and his friend, while his girlfriend, the one that Hasil slept with, reloaded each gun so he could just constantly have guns to shoot. They said somewhere between 40 and 50 shots went off. Nobody got hit.
I mean, some people got hit a little bit. I do believe they did go to the hospital, and the charges were like they were charged like $100 total.
They were all four of them had to go to the hospital for minor injuries, and the total hospital was $190.
It's like they hit their head against the nightstand while trying to reload the gun. They were too far away from each other. It's just never gonna work.
No one got shot, but Hasil did go to jail for that, and that was just one of the many, many, many times. Terb 6, when being drunk used to be an alibi. He also said Hazel knocked. Yes.
Yes, it was quite. It was quite a to-do, an event, and apparently, from what I hear in West Virginia, it wasn't back then. It wasn't, let's say, rare for these kinds of things to settle themselves.
Yeah.
Yes. That's all I can say. I really don't know what else to add to that.
Yeah.
Can we cue up a video?
Let's cue up a video.
Okay.
Here are two songs back to back, two short clips of songs that Hasil wrote about specific cops that he had interactions with.
I mean, write what you know.
And this is Hasil performing. He's doing 3 nights in this bar, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
I love the aluminum foil. I want that.
Yeah, Duncan, please don't take me to jail. If you put me in your car, I know I'm going to jail.
He learns fast.
Yeah, Duncan, please don't take me downtown. Yeah, Duncan, please don't take me downtown. If you put me in your car, I know I'm going to jail.
And that's the fucking audience killing it.
That's great.
And such a great night.
I know.
About the former superintendent.
Yes.
It's a dollar hole boogie, make it boogie woogie everywhere.
This is their local entertainment where everyone knows the superintendent police chief.
Oh, Donahoe, I know Donahoe. Fuck him.
Well, this is Boone County, guys. It's got a vibe to it. I believe this bar, it was called let me see, Corner Pocket Bar in Van. Can't find it on GPS.
My God, what I wouldn't give to go hang out.
Love to hang out there.
I mean, we'd have to dress up. We definitely have to go undercover. Like, you couldn't just walk in dressed like this.
I will. Even more ridiculous. Yes. So that's just like a local show.
Yeah,
that's
that
a local
was.
show. Although he did go on tour quite a bit. He went to New York, Philadelphia. Again, when I said with Marianne Lena and Norton Records, and they started releasing his stuff in the mid '80s. He got to go to Philadelphia, New York, Canada, Toronto. What's the other one? Montreal.
Yeah.
There's many more. But I do remember reading something about how he didn't have a passport.
Nope.
So they had to sneak him in and out of Canada. And then at one point he was opening for Public Image Limited. And they had to ask for papers. And they're not American either. They're British. So I guess they had to do a whole roundup of papers of like, are you legally here to work here and all that stuff. And they had to he had to run out a window. Or they didn't even have to tell him what to do. He knew what to do. He knew how to evade authorities pretty well.
Well, that's just a part of his life. Like part of his life, like him evading the authorities is the same as us. Like, oh yeah, I got to make sure to go to the grocery store tomorrow. Like it's just a part of life is evading authorities. He learned how to do it from a young age and just kept on doing it.
Yes, actually.
Private Ham 2014 says, imagine arresting the local drunk again and he starts belting out a custom tune while you cuff him and put him in the car.
I think that's part of the reason.
There was one cop actually that they interviewed. He's like, oh, I've been dealing with Hasil about 12 years now. It's like, wow, a 12-year relationship. He's been dealing with Hasil longer than we've been together. It's fucking insane.
Their relationship maybe means more. Who knows? To each other. Rest in peace.
Actually, we'll get to this question after we get through the Hasil Adkins bit, but I want to make sure we answer this.
Okay. Let's do it.
So this next clip that we have, we're talking a little bit earlier about Hasil's way with the ladies and how much women were drawn to Hasil. And we have proof here of just how strong that attraction was, because we have, what Hasil Adkins used to do is he would let one of his girlfriends sit on stage with him the entire time. So the entire time he's playing, there's a woman sitting next to him. Every once in a while, she'll reach over and just kind of tap on tom-tom a little bit. But there's a woman sitting right there. Sometimes there was a bit of a conflict as to who was supposed to be up there. Let's watch what happens.
It gets a little David Attenborough-y, let's just say, about where people are supposed to be sitting. And I believe that young lady over there is Mamie White, Jesco's brother.
Yep.
From the wonderful world of the Whites, the West Virginia Whites.
Yeah, that's Jesco White's brother,
Yes.
or sister.
Sister, yeah.
The Wild and Wonderful Whites, is that
Yes,
what it is?
that's the one.
Yeah.
Walk away, but is it over?
It's
Now,
just getting started.
never over. It's important that they do this because you don't know what the oh my god. Okay, this is it's part of the show. Okay, it's not part of the show. It's part of the night. And no one steps in.
I mean, you can't. Would you?
Didn't I say this when we watched this? The first time, I'm like, where are the bouncers? They may have been the bouncers.
I think the woman was the bouncer.
Yeah, I know. It's just. Well, then, great job doing that. I have no idea who's in the wrong. He doesn't even get up. This is all about him.
Well, I think it's a regular occurrence. Is it over?
You need to have you need to figure out your hierarchy of girlfriends before you do a show, I think.
Everyone needs to talk. 5 minutes later, and it's not over. No.
This is the Corner Pocket Bar in Van, West Virginia. Someone find me the coordinates.
And if you'll notice, one of the women is the same, but the second woman is different.
Yes.
And the one in the middle's breaking it up. But the one in the middle is the one that got in a fight with the woman in the first place, I think. I believe the woman that's screaming is the White, Tesco White's sister.
Oh, gotcha. Jesco, right?
Jesco,
Yes.
not Tesco. Tesco is a store in England.
And then, we clap, and then the show continues on. It's really not that much different from the basement shows I grew up in everywhere in the world, to be honest.
But what's amazing is that the one woman went right back to her seat, and she went right back to her seat beside Haskell.
That's what happens at the end of it. When they're done, they all go back to their seats. They lick their wounds, and they do it again next weekend.
It's incredible.
I assume. I don't know how it goes. But the point is that this is a documentary that they filmed. It was Julian Nitzberg who did this, who eventually did the Wild and Wonderful Whites.
Yeah.
And he was the one who found, he met Mamie White and then was like, okay, this is a whole other family that's... what is going on?
Story.
Yes, exactly. Boone County, West Virginia is ripe for documentarians.
Have you guys seen The Dancing Outlaw, the Jesco White doc?
Yes, The Dancing Outlaw. That's about Jesco White, of course. That's how it's a spin-off in a way. You can find this all on YouTube. It's very entertaining, and you learn something.
Yeah.
I think you learned. I don't know.
Well, Baby Zonker says that was a 12-year-old boy at the pool table, and let me tell you, as a boy who spent many a night in bars with my father, doesn't do anything to you. It's totally
he was
fine.
playing pool. He was playing pool.
Kids playing pool. The lady got into a fight next to him. I only got hit on by an old lady once when I was in a bar when I was underage. I didn't go home with her. It was fine.
You're a child.
Yeah, it was fine. Everything's fine. Nothing bad happens in a bar. Let's see.
What the fuck?
Let's see the finale here. This is the ending of this whole thing. This is Hasil Adkins showing us who he is. No show, no people fighting over him, just him and a camera singing one of his classics.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of performers play music.
Oh, wait. First, that's his
So that the
friend,
audience
drinking
hears
buddy,
it,
/
and they applaud.
claims to write a
They
biography
go
on
home
him.
and they forget about the music. They forget about the concert. 2 or 3 days later, it was a nice concert, but they didn't hear it. Hassel plays so that when you go home, you remember it, and you remember it for a long time to come.
Come on, baby, don't you be late. I want your head, I want it tonight. Want your head at 8:30. Having on my wall about 10:30. Yeah, come on home, baby, I want that head. Come on home, baby, I want that head. I want your head hanging on my wall tonight.
Okay. Took me a minute. And there's the laugh, the famous laugh.
Yeah.
That was called Lick My Lump Bump.
All right, we're here right at the halfway point of the show. Thanks for the subs tonight. Brownie Baker 72, Dirk Dagger, Blonde and Bothered, and Caribou.
Yeah, thank you so much for letting us just talk through this with you, because it was really important, and we had so much fun watching it too.
We really did. We watched it last night. Had such a great time with it, and we hope that y'all had a great time with it too. Well, before we get to Vinyl Hall, I want to answer this question from True Goonie. Says, I have a stupid question. It's not a stupid question. I'm going to my first concert ever on Sunday.
Ooh.
I'm old and have zero clue what to expect. 36. I'm gonna see. You are not old. Not old. I'm gonna see Korn.
You're not old seeing Korn.
You're not old seeing
Trust
Korn.
me.
You're like the prime age. You're the prime age for
Maybe
seeing
a bit
Korn.
younger.
Actually, a
You
little
could be
bit
on
younger.
the younger side.
Yeah,
so,
I was listening to Korn in 1996. I'm also stuck in a boot because I had surgery on my foot, on my foot, not my foot. And any advice is greatly appreciated.
Okay, the fact that you have a boot is gonna be beautiful for you for concerts. And you know why? Because when you walk into one, everyone just kind of part ways because there's the person who kind of needs a little bit of assistance.
Yeah.
And this is going to be great for you.
Take advantage of the boot and the kindness that the boot gives you.
Exactly.
However,
Get yourself anywhere you can. Are you under 6'5" tall? That's the next question, but continue.
However, I would say, while the boot can be quite useful in getting you to a good position, make sure to not get into a position where no one will be able to see the boot, and you might be in a bit of a situation because it's corn. There's definitely going to be some mosh pits going on. Definitely going to be some circle pits happening at corn.
It depends.
Oh, I mean, hell, there were mosh pits. When we went and saw Black Flag, there were circle pits going on there. Corn, yeah.
Corn, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, absolutely. No, you saw corn.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw corn too. They're fucking great live.
Yes, I saw them, and they actually do put on a good show. I saw them like 10 years ago. It was the drummer was insane.
Yeah.
Everyone knew what they were doing. They did their job amazingly. Look, I don't know what else to say.
Corn is a competent band.
They're great. They're fantastic. It is a fun show, and you're gonna have a great time. I guess my advice is only just know that people are going to be really kind of cool.
Yeah.
You're going to be totally fine.
You're going to be good.
You know, like an edible or two if you need to. Sure, whatever. Bring some crutches. A cane could help. Something to lean against if you want. A buddy if you got one. If not, don't matter. You'll make some buddies.
Crutches are too much, but a cane I think could be very good.
Oh, that would be
I think a cane would be really nice to lean on. And I would say stand in the back and have fun. Yeah. That's it. Just
work your way through the sides.
Just have fun. Yeah. Just have fun and enjoy the show. Let the show fucking flow into your brain. Don't think too much about what's going on around you or what other people are doing or saying or any of that bullshit. Just enjoy the show. Just fucking have at it and let yourself experience it.
Everyone's going to be in it. You're going to be in it together, and that's going to be fantastic. And if you want to take a video or a photo, like we always say, 11 seconds is the cutoff.
11 seconds.
Yes, at the most.
Yeah.
Please don't film the whole show.
No. 11 seconds is the cutoff, and then try to keep it to like the beginning of the song and then put it away.
I don't know, or anytime you want.
Salt Lake City Delta Center. Ooh, Stump Rock Groin says, see if you can get that sweet ADA seating. Actually do. See if you can. See you can get because you have the boots, see if you can get some ADA stuff, you'll get some fucking great seats.
I bet you could.
And you deserve it because you just had foot surgery.
Check out the venue website. I always do, just to see like what kind of food and stuff they have.
Yeah. And Salt Lake City, it's like, it's one thing I know about Salt Lake and the shows that we've done there is like people in Salt Lake go fucking hard. Like they go real, but like to counteract the Mormon thing, they go real fucking hard on the other direction. And it's like some of the rowdiest crowds I've been around. So remember Salt Lake they can be a little rowdy.
I think they might know a thing or two.
They know a thing or two about a thing or two.
Yeah, you'll be great. You're gonna be fantastic. Send us photos if you can. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, send us photos. I'm very curious. Tell us
NoDogsInSpace@gmail.com.
Tell us how corn is. Did they play Falling Away From Me? Love that song.
There's the one song, Got the Life.
Yeah, Got the Life's great. Freak on a Leash, Blind, Adidas.
That's as much as I could talk about corn.
We can talk about a fair amount, but we're not here to talk about corn. We got Vinyl Hall!
Vinyl Hall! Okay, great. Oh, I'm excited. This is a good one.
This is a good one.
I requested this.
Yeah, this is a nice one. So for this one, we're going to go for rarity. But not rarity as in like shit you never heard of before, but rare pressings. We're going to start off a little light with the original British pressing of Machine Gun Etiquette by The Damned. Now, the original British pressings of original punk records it's a bit of a, not a catch-22, but there's a trade-off here. Because these records are very cool artifacts, but as you can see, they're very, very flimsy. Like the sleeves themselves are extremely flimsy, and the glue comes off of these sleeves very, very, very easily because in England in the 70s, they were super fucking poor.
They didn't have ice yet.
Yeah.
Remember, there was this horrible thing called World War II.
Yes.
And they felt, they were one of the victors amongst the Allies and everything. But the thing about Britain is, well, especially after World War II, when they also realized, hey, we can't be pumping in money into other parts of Europe, and then they made the U.S. kind of shoulder that later. But that's not important to this album. The point is,
It's important to the sound of the album.
is that they didn't have a lot of resources, so they had to actually resort to a lot of cheaper versions of covers or of sleeves and stuff, of glue and everything. That's a big reason why Seymour Stein, the CEO and president of Sire Records, made his money by buying a lot of rights of like classical and all kinds of like just all kinds of music from England, and then importing them over because they were so cheap, and that's how he made his money. Because it's like, England just didn't do well for a while. Remember the Ramones complained about it every time they went on tours? Like, I can't even get a hamburger. There's no ice.
Fucking country knows how to make a fucking hamburger.
Cold showers every day. It was just rough for a while,
Yeah.
It took them a while to, get it together.
Yeah. And it's not just the covers that are cheap too. The sound on UK 70s punk records are not great. Because, like, they're not.
They just defeated a horrible enemy.
I know, no.
Okay, it's fine.
And God bless them. God bless Churchill and all the rest for doing what they did.
I can be like, thanks America for finally showing up. I gotta think.
But that is a bit of the catch-22 for that type of shit. That it's a great like collector's item, but the sound isn't awesome. So for that, I have for listening the Japanese pressing of Machine Gun Etiquette, which sounds
from the
fucking
losers of the war. This is what we call both sides of the argument. And when was this released?
They make such bloody good cameras.
Oh, God. So when was the Japanese version of Machine Gun Etiquette released?
The Japanese
Do we
release?
have a year on this?
I actually don't know. I can check. I can see if maybe it's on here somewhere.
It might be in Japanese.
Yeah, it's unfortunately
In Japanese.
all in Japanese. It does say 1979 down at the bottom.
Chiswick.
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 Yeah.
You gotta say it right.
Yeah. I mean, it may have been like what was released in Japan in 79.
Yeah,
by
exactly.
Chiswick, but yeah.
So it was a few years later.
But yeah, it is, printed in Japan, and it's got, your classic Japanese paper label on the side. It's quite wonderful. I love Japanese pressing.
And does it sound better?
Yes, it does. It sounds a lot better.
So who won at the end of the day?
Yeah, but whose records sound fucking amazing from that time period? Germany. Because America was pumping a lot of fucking money into Germany.
I know.
The Marshall Plan, right?
Yeah, it's absolutely the reason why and why we should be doing that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Economically, things are a lot more feasible than trying to... This is not a politics show, even though I've been reading about it for weeks now. But yes, the Marshall Plan definitely helped because they had to rebuild so much. And then, of course, bring in a lot of their American influence in, which helped to a certain extent until, krautrock came around.
Yeah.
And then that got better.
Yeah. Mr. Tom Bombadilla, for 70s records, Japan is better than Germany, is better than the United States, is better than the UK.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Uh-huh. So this next one, we're going to come back to the United States. This is an impressive one. This one I'm very proud to have. This is original pressing, introducing the Sonics, featuring the Witch, and Psycho.
Oh.
This one I actually bought in New York. This was one of those comeback records. They had it on display behind the counter at Academy Records in Greenpoint, where we used to live. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I went home and came back twice before I actually bought this record. And because I was gonna get up the nerve to get it. I was like, I'm gonna get it. No, I'm not gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. No, I'm not gonna get it. And then finally, you convinced me to just fucking get it.
I have no knowledge of this moment, day, or time.
I can't. No, I came home and that's the thing. I came home in this deep fucking conflict of whether or not I should buy this record. It's a history, it's a historical record, rock record.
Nothing.
It's
Nothing. Rings
It's
a
in
bell.
great shape. You know, the sleeve is, you know, is like, I would say it's like, you know, G to VG. You know, it's got a lot of damage to it, but you know, the record itself is like, you know, it's VG plus. Easy VG plus.
Does that mean very good?
Yeah, very good. It goes, it's
Look at me.
It's P, G, poor, P for poor, G for good, VG for very good, VG plus for very good plus, almost near mint. And then it's mint at top.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is like a strong VG plus for the Sonics.
And so what does that mean? Is it like as far as like how scratched up it is, how worn down it is?
A good VG plus will have like some crackle, but not a lot. It won't be like overpowering. Yeah, check out the back of this. Like, it's so fucking cool. You're Jordan Records. But yeah, VG will have a lot of crackle. It'll be a little distracting. Good is, in my opinion, unlistenable. And poor is truly like you just want poor. You can't play it. Like you just have the physical disc. And
Oh
that's
man,
it.
wait till you find out I watch Marvel movies on my phone. So I'm not in any way. It's either I hear it or I don't, you know? Like that's it. It's either H or not H for me.
Well, when we've been in the house and I've put on a record, and you'd be like, "This sounds really fucking good."
I know.
It's because we're listening to a VG Plus or an NM.
I may be talking about the band. That's
I've just
cool.
noticed you've
That's
never
cool,
said
though.
how great it sounds when I listen to a VG to G record.
No, just note it in your notebook. Carolina did this again.
This last one though, like this one is this is one I want to get a better copy because the record itself is admittedly VG.
We are so ashamed, by the way. Really, we
Admittedly-
are. We're blacking out our currents as we speak.
Admittedly, VG, but you know, I still got it.
Crying. It's so funny. I'm sorry.
Still got it because I really wanted a copy of this, and I think I'm gonna sell this one and get a better one. But it is a first pressing Velvet Underground and Nico.
Yes, it is. It is missing something, though.
It is missing two things.
Okay.
First thing it's missing is, of course, the banana sticker. The banana sticker is gone. This used to have a banana sticker on it.
Right.
We all know that. That's
Yes.
one thing you may not know.
Yeah, Andy Warhol
about-
designed the cover because he was also the producer of this album, which really means that he gave them money, introduced them to Nico, and then said, "I'm designing the cover." That was it.
Hey, it was enough.
It was seriously enough, actually, at the time.
You know, most
Yes.
people, when they say like producer, I'm like, oh, they didn't do anything. No. He deserved the producer credit. I
Yeah.
think so. But that's the first thing that's missing because on the original pressing, when these records first went out, there was the famous yellow sticker. Most of you probably know this record as having like the big yellow sticker on front.
And then
But-
you peel it.
Yeah, on the original pressings, these stickers were peeled off. So it's actually really hard to find a copy of this record, first pressing, with the banana peel still on.
And what's the red thing?
The red thing is the banana. That's the inside of the banana.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's-
Let's have a poll. Speaking of polls.
What do you mean? Whether it's a banana or...
A penis.
A penis.
It's obviously a penis.
Can we set up a poll real fast?
Can we do this real quick? If so, or vote, whatever. You don't have to tell us your vote. But I do believe that you really think underneath a yellow banana is a red banana.
I think underneath Andy Warhol's understanding of bananas...
Exactly.
Okay, so maybe it might stand in for a phallus of some kind. Quite possibly phallus.
There we go.
There you go. That's the original one.
That is a banana.
And this is still a banana. So when you unpeel a banana, do you no longer say like, this is a banana, this is a cock?
Well, if you unpeel Andy Warhol's banana, you're going to say this is a cock. And then you're going to watch a 30-minute movie called Cock or some Blowjob or something. I do believe, I haven't watched any of them, but we're all staring at this.
Yes, we are.
There it is.
The thing is about this record is that you say there's something missing, and there are two things missing about it. But I would say what's missing is actually what's there and what should be missing, but it's not.
Are you high?
On the back here, this copy.
Oh, yes.
This copy of Velvet Underground and Nico. See, this right here, this black thing, this is a sticker. The name of the man that is projected right here in this photo is Eric Emerson.
That was the guy.
That was the guy.
He was part of the dancing and all the lights in the show, the Velvet Underground show.
He was a part of the factory. He was
Plastic exploding.
Inevitable.
Yes.
Yeah. He was a part of that show. But Eric Emerson had recently run into some legal troubles. He had some drug charges.
Yes.
And Eric Emerson needed some money fast. And so I don't know if he come up with this idea.
No, he was talked into it. Like any idiot.
It's like he was talked into suing Verve Records, who released this record. Usually did jazz records, but they released this record. He sued them for use of his image, and instead of giving him the money, Verve called his bluff, said, "Fuck you, we're not giving you any money." They recalled every copy of the Velvet Underground and Nico that had been sold back to the factory and put this black sticker on so they wouldn't have to give Eric Emerson money. But the problem with that is that there was some good word of mouth about the Velvet Underground out there. There was a positive Rolling Stone review. There was a lot of positive reviews out there from, alt weeklies and shit like that. But the problem is that when everybody went out to buy the record, there were none in the stores because they were back at the fucking Verve factory getting this fucking sticker put on them because of Eric Emerson.
He ruined it for everybody. Just for a little bit, and then they all kind of got over, and then I think he left and went to Jersey or something.
I mean, I think I may have talked about this in our Velvet Underground series.
Yeah, we did talk about this.
It's like it's what derailed the Velvet Underground. It's like they had this momentum going, and then they just got fucking. It's just like when Iggy Pop released Lust for Life and Elvis Presley died the same week, and all of the fucking record pressing plants were all pressing Elvis records. So Iggy Pop's best record, or not best, his most commercial record, wasn't able to be bought in stores. And Lust for Life fucking tanked, even though it had Lust for Life was obviously a fucking hit. But the reason why it wasn't is because nobody could buy it, because all the record plants were going to pressing Elvis. So yeah, this shit like this happens all the time.
It happens all the time. It's happened with Big Star, no doubt. I don't know why those are the ones I can think of, but they have happened, and they happen with. And also, by the way, the chat says it is an eggplant. Sorry, penis. Yes, it is a penis.
All right.
Yes. So there you go.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Fine with me. Mr. Tom Bombadilla, have you ever been record hunting in Japan? No, but I would love to. And when I was in Australia, I was able to find a record store, I think called the Dusty Groo. No, that's different. Anyway, check out my, if you live in Brisbane, check it out on my Instagram. I found a record store that had a ton of Japanese and Hong Kong records.
This is only for 3 of you people.
And they're great.
If so.
and they're awesome.
Discogs.
Nitty_book says, between the UK and Japan pressing, which costs more? UK, even though the Japan pressing sounds better, because the UK is a collector's item, because it's the original pressing, it's the first pressing. It's about having the artifact, That's what it's about.
I'm not a collector, so this is all weird to me.
It's about the artifact.
Yes. But I enjoy the music. I enjoy the efforts that you make.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes things more fun. Like the other day, the carnival ride music all day. Things like that are really cool. We do salsa weekends.
It was an incredible record. It's a Folkways recording from 1955. It's Sounds of the Carnival, so it's like this carnival merry-go-round music, but then every once in a while you have a guy going in the background, step right up, come see the lady ride the motorcycle. And then it goes back to kids laughing, and they're laughing and laughing and laughing, and it goes back to the sideshow, and everyone's just having a great time.
He bought this at a store.
I did.
No, that's great. No, good for you.
It was $6. It was a good find. It came with those great Folkways pamphlets where you get to learn about the carnival. It's the little things in life.
It is the little things in life. No, you are correct.
Thanks for the subs tonight, Gloomy Ghost.
Oh, very nice. Thank you.
Oh, and as people who are into weird and spooky music year-round, this is from Caribou. What is your ultimate Halloween album?
Oh, man, that's a good one. I mean, you're a big Monster Mash guy.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
You may call it cliche, but Monster Mash is
It's fantastic.
legitimately not just one of my favorite. It's not just my favorite Halloween song of all time. It's in my top 10 favorite songs ever. I know the words. I know he did, they did. It's now. All the different ways that they talk about the mash. I know Bobby.
We believe you.
Bobby Boris Pickett's album.
We could check out the Coupe de Villes, maybe. That's John Carpenter's band. I don't think it's that ooky spooky, but you know, he's got some good stuff.
Yeah, I've got that Carpenter record. Didn't you buy that John Carpenter record when you went and saw him live?
I didn't, because I saw him live a few years, like 4 or 5 years ago, by myself.
Yeah.
Because you had to work, and so I went by myself. So I was awkward, and then I left early.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go by myself more often if I have to.
I think you should.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you want to see it like just one? Maybe let's just see like one video.
Okay, we'll
or
see
two
one video. Okay, one quick video.
One or two before we go. We got a few. Why don't we go for Calm Down Music with Dogs?
Okay, this is beautiful. I love this. Oh, that's. Is that like a Chihuahua mix? This is great.
I knew you'd like it.
Yeah. I like the trends of today. Is this a trend? I don't know.
No, it seems very trendy.
If you could wear a sound while dancing on the alphabet, what would it feel like?
What would the sound feel like?
My mind broke, but the dog is great. You know how I am with a lot of these dogs. They usually pick their person, and I'm never that person. So I really like watching videos of them. Same thing with cats. I love watching videos of cats because I'm really allergic to them, and we can't hang out all the time.
Yeah.
So this is how we get to know each other, Chihuahuas and cats. Because in real life, I don't know if that would work.
Yeah, Chihuahua's never gonna pick either one of us. They're just not gonna do it.
They'll pick Georgie. And she's a dog, too.
All right, let's do Will You Ever Do a Series on?
We've changed our mind twice since the beginning of doing this series that we're working on right now, which will be coming out sometime soon.
Well, actually, we can say Fugazi/Discord Rex.
Oh.
That is a resounding.
Very close.
Resounding.
You're so close that it's like you did it. Okay? It's like that close.
It's that close.
You've won, kind
Yeah.
of.
Yes.
In a way.
Yeah. 9 Inch Nails. I'd love to do 9 Inch Nails.
We've talked about it.
We have
talked about it, yes.
Yeah.
White Zombie. That's like your birthday's coming up, maybe, or something. Something like that. We could totally do that.
Because I fucking adore White Zombie. I have since I was fucking 11 years old. And they've got a great story, like coming out of like the New York like noise scene, like not even from like a metal scene, but from like an experimental art noise scene. Like White Zombie has a really fucking cool story, and especially like how they like suddenly got huge from Beavis and Butthead, and they're further like catapult and Shania Salt and her almost dying, and can never have a drop of alcohol ever again.
Oh, that'll happen.
Yeah. The Riot Girl movement. That's something that you've been wanting to do for a really long
I've been
time.
pushing this for years.
Yeah,
I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Unfortunately, we got set back. COVID happened and everything. It was in our plans. I would love that to be in our plans again. I think we're gonna do East LA before though.
Yeah.
Because I think we should, because we live here now, East LA, and there's some great, girl bands in that as well.
Oh yeah, Alice Bag.
Oh, she's fantastic. Read her book. Read her book.
Yeah. The Clash, probably next year.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have the Clash lined up.
Yeah, we have the Clash lined up. That's definitely lined up. Like I said, we're fucking
We're
coming
gonna,
back with punk.
We're gonna do so much punk 2.0. Like it's gonna be insane. That's gonna be our lives for a while.
It is. Blondie, I'd actually like to do Blondie. We always went back and forth on Blondie, but I'd fucking love to do Blondie.
We talked about Blondie.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Blondie, but I don't know.
Yeah, I like Blondie too, but I don't really. If I ask myself if I ever sat down and listened to an entire Blondie album, the answer would be no.
Well, I mean, they're fantastic.
Yeah, they
Their
are.
albums are fantastic. The characters are fantastic.
Singles are fantastic.
The singles are great. They have a story. They definitely have a good. I mean, Debbie Harry's book is really, really good.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure. I don't know why. I'm not sure. I don't know why. Sometimes, you get in a mood.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mother.
Pavement?
Pavement? A little too. I don't know if Pavement would have like a.
Pavement.
No, I love the music. Don't get me wrong. We both love Pavement.
I mean, trust me, we would love to do like a radio show. A radio show? Serious? Anyone?
Yeah.
We would love to do a radio show, but we can't do it radio-ish on we got to tell a story.
Yeah, we got to
That's the
tell a
thing.
story.
It might be difficult with Pavement, especially our reputation precedes us.
Yeah, I don't know how interesting Stephen Malkmus and gang is gonna be.
And then they did this.
Yeah, and then.
And then, they were tired, so then they did this other thing. It was cool. It's no Iggy Pop is what I'm saying. Steve Malkmus is much more normal as far as I'm concerned. I'd have, throw me your stories.
Yeah.
NoDogsInSpace@gmail.com.
And then
if he did anything, getting arrested in a dress, then please, maybe we will start.
And then Cut Your Hair didn't do as well as he hoped it would. And
It was
he
a
was
great
sad.
song.
It was a great song. The Sonics, I don't know. We spent a little bit of time out, like with the Monks, I think
I'm
we
not
kind of.
against it.
I'm not against it either. I just don't. There's just got to be enough information out there. The Gun Club. We covered Jeffrey Lee Pierce.
We definitely talked about the Gun Club a lot. And
We talked about him, yeah.
Congo Powers has a book out I haven't read yet. So I've been wanting to check that out, of course.
Yeah, when we start talking about like the LA scene, like we might talk about Gun Club. But that's
I
the
want
cool
to do
thing.
East LA though. I want to do the Zeros and the Plugs.
Well,
and
yeah,
Alice Bag.
but those guys were also doing shows with the Gun Plug and Dwight Yoakam and Los Lobos.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Isn't that fucking?
I can't wait.
Like seriously, a one night in Los Angeles in the late '70s, you can go out. You could see X, the Zeros, Los Lobos, and Dwight Yoakam on the same bill. Like in the same night in the same place, and everyone loved every band equally.
Yeah, I mean, those were the days when they thought it'd be really good to book like different kinds of acts to make it a really fun, well-rounded show.
Yeah, and Dwight Yoakam had punk cred.
He did? Are we done? Oh wait, we got more?
Mother Love Bone. Nah,
I don't know. No. Great news! They did the Stooges first. Yes, great news, everybody!
Yay!
We
Go
did
listen to it right now.
The Stooges. It was great. It was our first series. If you want to start at the beginning of our series, please do. But remember, we get better as it goes along. And I'm quoting rock and roll. What's his name? Rock and roll high school director Alan Arkish, who actually did say, "You gotten better," and I will never forget that. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for listening tonight.
And watching.
And watching. Yeah, watching. Thank you for watching tonight. And we'll see y'all next month.
We'll see you later. First Monday of every month or so.
Right here.
Please vote. Bye.
Bye.